Morning, folks. It's another beautiful morning here on the northeast coast of Newfoundland, especially for the middle part of December. Just a local Newfoundlander who spends a lot of time in the woods, loves it, enjoys it, the moose hunting, the rabbit kitchen, berry picking, trouting and whatever. In the last probably about 5 years ago, I got into running a few trail cameras. Right now I'm currently running about 30 trail cameras. Got them spread out over a fairly vast distance. I must say, with trail cameras, they don't always work. You put a lot of time into it and you don't always get great footage, but every now and then I must say the cameras do pick up some good coverage. Anyways, like people always ask me, how come Newman you don't share some of your footage on YouTube? Wasn't really interested into doing that at first, but maybe about a month ago I decided, hey, why not? I'm just interested in putting a bit of footage on for the viewers to have a look at and enjoy. I've been running trail cams summer and winter, and people have often said to me, how can you run trail cams in the winter without getting the camera snowed in and having issues with the lenses and the PIR sensors and stuff getting labbed up? Well, anyways, I just thought I'd do a short video and show you exactly what kind of setup I got, so that for anybody that's interested, you can actually run trail cameras in the winter months. Enough chatter about me. I'll just show you a bit of a demonstration now of what I've been doing to be able to, like I said, run the cameras during the winter season. Anyways, I'll give you a quick demonstration. This is one of my cameras. It's actually a stealth cam. I got, like I said, maybe about 30 cameras. I've been running all types. I got Brownings, Stealths, Primos, Wild Games Innovation, Wool Sports, to name a few. I'm not going to be promoting now any type of camera here this morning. That's not the intent. What I find is that they're all relatively about the same. Some more pricey ones, I guess, got more bells and whistles, but at the end of the day, they're pretty much all generic. You know, you will have issues with the cameras, obviously, false triggers, and it takes a while to figure out how to do them. But in the winter, just wanted to show, like what I've been doing is I takes a windshield washer bottle, cuts the end out of it, and mounts it kind of as a canopy over the camera, and you'd be amazed, but like if you mind to take into account like the prevailing winds here on the northeast coast, usually the prevailing winds is northeast easterly winds. That's the winds that you will get your snow. So when you're setting up your camera, most particularly in the winter, if you mind to try to set your camera up facing southwest, you mount the plastic canopy over it. Like I said, I'm just using the windshield washer bottle. Easy to get, dime a dozen, cheap setup. And you'll be amazed that you can have actually like a half decent blizzard, and the camera, when it's mounted like that, really gets snowed in. It's not 100% perfect, obviously, but I've been finding, like after the first winter, obviously I had lots of them snowed in, almost to the point where you had to take them up and didn't know what to do about it. But using this system, I do find that it actually works pretty good. Anyways, it's just a quick video to show you winter setup, and for anybody that's interested in keeping their cameras out all winter long, it's just a little tip on what you could use. Here's another one I brought with me this morning. It's just a like I said, it's just a straightforward windshield washer bottle. Take it, cut in the head of it, mount it on the tree like that, mount your camera underneath. Like with this one now, like I'm using the the proper threaded mounts. You buy them Canadian Tire, Amazon, whatever. Most trail cameras comes with a strap. You can use the strap with this setup as well. Maybe I'll show you that if I run across the camera I got that set up. I like to use the threaded mounts. It kind of keeps the camera off the tree. And in this particular case, it's a fir tree I got it mounted on. Using the straps gets labbed up with fur and sap and whatnot. Using the threaded mount, I find they're easier to set up, a lot more mobile, a lot more easier to aim the camera particularly where you want it. So that's why I use it. Anyways, I set this one up, I kept my cameras well back in the bush, away from the beaten path and people as per se. Wouldn't be fair to mount them where there's human traffic to any great extent anyways. So I set this one up just in a moose trail, one of the many that I got set up. When you're beating the bush, you'll come across moose leads and stuff going through the woods and leading out into the bogs and stuff. This is just one of the leads that I found and set the camera up into it last winter. Brought it back and mounted it here again this year. With my winter setup, I got this one. All I does is I takes a windshield washer bottle, cuts the bottom out of it, cuts the side of it, mounts the camera in under the windshield washer bottle. More or less has a canopy set up. I was heading up towards this camera I just gave the brief demonstration on. I bumped two moose, a cow and a calf. Anyways, here's their tracks and their sign. They've been hanging around this camera for a while. No doubt when I get home I'm going to see, I'll pick them up and see exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was the cow and the calf I just bumped. What I find a little bit interesting is when I was here maybe a couple of weeks ago, there was neither marking on that tree. So it looks like to me there's either a bull come along and decided to have another rub at this fur, or might be a moose trying to peel some of the fur off with their teeth. That's a bit unusual with a fur though, but they do eat the fur in the winter. You might think it's a bit late for a moose to be rubbing at a tree, and it is. Like if they, now wouldn't be for rut purposes obviously, but late in the season the bulls do try to loosen up their antlers. That's what I've always been told anyway, and you'll get some of these late rubs. Like I said, a animal's just trying to loosen up his antlers, getting ready to shed them for the winter kind of thing. Anyways, I just thought I'd toss in a bit of this video as well. Later. It's Monday morning, December the 16th. Just bumped these two moose. This is another one of my camera setups. As you can see, I got the camera mounted southwest, I would say, close to it anyways. Canopy mounted over it. A little dusting of snow on the cover. Moose a while ago now. It's one issue I always did have and always makes me curious. A large percentage of the time when a moose comes up to the cameras traveling along by it, for whatever reason, it seems like they sense the cameras is there. They often come up and sniff at it, rub at it. Those mounts, I've had several of them broken over the years. That's no big deal, lots of them. Anyways, I had one maybe a year ago. He rubbed this camera, beat me housing partly to pieces. Enough that you can see I fixed it up the best I could. Amazingly, the camera still works. That's one thing that's always made me curious, why the moose comes up and sniffs the camera. I kind of think they just hears the camera when it activates, and out of curiosity he comes up to check it out. Again, just checking this camera this morning. There's a moose sign around this camera as well. Right, tracks here in the snow. Right, fresh as coin. Again, it looks like a single moose. Came down along by the camera. Yeah, it's not an area where there's a big lot of moose, but still the cameras do pick up moose like in a 8 to 10 day time span. Again, that's my camera there. I've had the moose damaged, beat up, I'd say 4 or 5 cameras in the last 2 or 3 years. Can't really blame the moose. That goes with running trail cameras. If you're putting them in their leads and stuff like that, all you can do is take it off, take it home and toss it in the garbage and replace it with another one. Anyways, later. As you can see, this trail I got this camera set up in is a yarding area for the moose in the winter. Nice bit of young fern stuff along this ridge. Obviously the moose just gets into that this time of the year. That's where they'll stay probably for the winter, unless they're drove out of it, kind of thing. And where this is to, that's not going to happen. It's kind of off the beaten path a fairly bit, but just how they show. Some of the spots the moose yard up in the winter. Just an example of another setup, a strap setup. This is the whole browning I've had for years, still working. Anyways, set up, like I said, the strap is just mounted to the tree, slots put in my windshield washer bottle, straps fed through it, mounted to the stump. Just another example. Here at another one of my cameras, another camera setup. I got this one mounted using the threaded mount. Again, the camera's facing close to western probably here this time. Western is still not bad. Might get a few flurries, but not too bad on this coast. Again, hard to believe, but there's another moose track passed along with this one. Gonna be interesting when I get home. Check my SD card. That's on these moose this morning, on these cameras this morning, but time will tell. As you can see, single moose, looks like a cow's track. Came up along here. Looks like she skidded there on her feet. Anyways, I won't know what's on them until I get home and check my SD cards, obviously. Later. Here at another one of my camera setups. This one is a stealth. I actually got this one on photo mode only. When I set this one up, I didn't have a canopy to put over it. So what I did was just interweaved a few fir branches in over the top of the camera. Like that works as well. Not as good, obviously, but just did it to try it, and it seems to work okay. Not as good as the windshield washer bottles, but it serves the purpose. Anyways, just another one of my setups. I only just left one of my trail cameras there not a minute ago, walking out through the woods, picking my way out through. Busted another moose or two, I'm not sure what. That's the bed that they were laid down in last night. That one was anyways. That's the tracks again. Just treading around here. And if I was a bit quicker, I would have got her sound from crashing out through. Probably just a single moose. Anyway, she just crashed out through them tickets ahead of me. Bit of more moose sign anyways. See, the moose came and sniffed, come right up and sniffed at this one. There's actually moose hairs on the windshield washer bottle itself. Be interesting to see now what's on the SD card once I get home. Anyways, later. I arrived there at my final trail cam for this morning. I had 11 out now in this loop, roughly about a 6.5–7 kilometer loop. As you can see, I don't have a canopy put over this one. I didn't have enough with me when I set it out, so I brought one with me this morning. So that camera, it's another Primos. Again, it's mounted with the threaded mounts. I'm going to put that one over that one now. All I'm doing basically is using a screwdriver, a couple of screws. Can't see them probably, but a couple of screws to mount the canopy, and then set the camera up and walk away from it, kind of thing. Anyways, it was a beautiful morning in the woods. Hope you guys enjoy my video. Later.